just start. And if you don't start, you would not know. Sometimes, fear is what holds us back. But just start. There are so many people out there, you would be able to impact their lives, and you would never know if you do not start. My name is Ibukun Abujola, and my business name is Kindled Purpose Consulting. I sat on this for years. I thought people had everything all figured out, but I had the push. And when I started, I was so surprised. My business is all about coaching professionals who are new to Canada and just trying to break into either their profession or pivot into another profession. I have been in business for a little bit over a year. Being lost is not a crime. It happens to the best of us. It is how we navigate our ways out of that dark area and just, come into clarity of purpose. I coach youth, give them that, clarity in terms of their career journey, and also help them figure things out as they progress through their career journey. The world is changing. It can be very overwhelming. Don't be too hard on yourself. It was my regular job that led me into this. I'm in a management role in my workplace for about 4 years. And in my position, I interview people. I see so many immigrants who, just looking at their profile, that they have the experience, they have the qualifications, and they have the expertise. But then they come into interviews and fold. They don't know what to do. Sometimes their delivery is so poor and they do not get the job. Some of them, I see their resumes. The resumes are just lacking. The only way you can sell yourself for an opportunity is through your resume, number one, and number two, the interview. If your skills are lacking in those areas, you will not get the job. So I just saw that there was an opportunity to work with these individuals and many people like them. I also found so many people graded and they just seemed lost. Again, just confused, just not sure what path to take. Some wanted to pivot in their career just as a way to give back to the community. But the demand was there, and I knew that for me to take it serious, I needed to just get into it professionally. And so that's how I started Kindled Purpose Consulting. Thank you.
Welcome, Ibukun. I've interviewed different founders on this show, and there is always like the aha moment. And, most of them didn't just wake up and start their business. Something must have kind of pushed them to start what they're doing. Yeah. What was your moment? And what gave you that clarity and push to start your business?
Thank you, and thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
So the push I got was the fact that I was sitting in interviews and I will see immigrants like myself who are qualified, who are expertise in that area, come for the interview and just not deliver.
Yeah.
And they're not delivering because they just don't know. You could see some of them are even trembling during the interview process. Mm-hmm. Their nerves takes, the better part of them. And some just don't even know how to sell themselves properly. Okay. And so just seeing immigrants over and over again not clinching those rules bothered me. Yeah. And I thought, how do I contribute? How do I help people like this just, advance in their career? Because, they really want the job.
Yeah.
But again, they just didn't have anyone to handhold them.
Yeah.
And show them the ropes.
Show them. Yeah. And, a lot of immigrants and most people, they feel lost in their career. You may be doing one thing today, but that environment or that career is not for you, and you want to move to something different. What is the first truth you give to them that changes everything? Because they want to leave that spot, but they don't know how to, they don't know what to do. What is that first truth that you share with them?
So I asked them, do they believe in themselves? Because, having just the fact that they're at this point where they want to change, they want to pivot.
Yeah.
Definitely something is not very convenient or comfortable for them where they are. And I have to tell them, to make this journey, it's a good way of thinking that, yes, I need to do something. But do you believe that you can do it? And are you ready to put in the work? It's not easy to pivot. There's a lot of work that goes into it, especially since it's nothing you've done before. This is a huge change. So are you ready to actually put in the work and take that journey?
Okay.
And if you're ready, I think half of the problem is solved.
So you coach leaders and young professionals every day, right?
Yes.
What's the biggest mind shift you think people need right now to stop feeling stuck?
So for leaders, different mind shifts for different
Yeah.
set of people.
Yeah. Maybe
So
you
I'll
can
start,
separate it: leaders, young
and even
professionals.
career, professionals and youth.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I coach leaders, I coach young professionals,
Yeah.
and then I coach youth.
Yeah.
For leaders, the mind shift is the fact that you're a leader. So that's the thing. So some of them, yes, it's a growth. It's a good growth to move from being a contributor into leadership. And more so as immigrants, we know how, the road sometimes is very tough for us. So it is that, oh, this is a miracle. I'm so happy. I thank God. Then they start the work and it's not as easy. It's never easy.
Yeah.
I always tell, people, even my managers that, and I tell anyone that cares to listen, leading people is the most difficult part of leadership. And so for leaders, what I tell them is you're no longer a contributor.
Leading people is the
Leading
most
people.
difficult part.
It is. Human beings are difficult.
Yeah. But that's what leadership is all about, right?
Yeah. But you don't think about it that way. Yours is just, I want more money. I want career growth.
Yeah. I want to be a manager. I want to be a
manager,
director. Yeah.
an executive director and whatnot. And you don't think about the work that comes with it.
Okay.
The work has shifted from, just the day-to-day, the tactical work. You have to be strategic in your thinking and how to grow your team, how to lead your team into delivering on your mandate or even achieving results. And then you have to lead the people. So many leaders that I coach, they don't even have an issue in being strategic with their work.
Yeah.
The problem is always, how do you motivate your team
People's
to help
management.
you achieve what you do? Yeah. So for the leaders, the mind shift especially for immigrant leaders, is to get into that space of you're the leader.
Own it.
Own it, exactly. You don't have to be timid, right? No one is going to take the job from you unless you do not deliver.
Yep.
And what would help you not delivering is when you're not leading your team properly. So that's the mind shift for people in the immigrant leaders in that leadership category.
Yep.
Then we talk about professionals, and these are, for the most part, these are either young people starting their profession or immigrants again who have moved over, immigrated to Canada, and then they're trying to either get a job in their field or pivot into another
different
field.
career. Yep.
Yeah, and I would say the mindset shift is for them to actually understand where they are right now and where they want to be realistically. What do I mean?
I'm actually curious. Some of these people that are coming to you, are they already sure or know where they want to go into, or they are just confused? They lack direction. They lack. Okay, I don't even know what to do.
So I have a mixture of everyone. Some of them are very confused. Yeah. Many people in this box were probably those who were. Some will say, I did this job in Nigeria just because you only do what you get. And
yes. And that's not what I even read in school.
I was doing sales because that was the job I could get, and I did it for years. And then they come to Canada, they want to try sales.
Yeah.
And they see that it's totally different. It's done differently. And they're like, you know what? I never even wanted to do sales to begin with.
Yeah.
I want something else. So you have people who are confused. They know what they do not want to do, but they're not sure of what they can do. And then, I work with them, assess their skills, and we just continue the coaching. You have some who know what they want, but they're not very realistic.
Okay.
So some people approach me and they tell me, oh, Ibukun, I used to work in, for example, Shell.
Okay.
And I was a senior manager. I was in management there. And I'm in Canada, and I want to get into management. And I'm like, perfect, sweet, So again, I have faith in everybody that comes to me. Yep. But I also try to be realistic. I tell them, I say, see, I hire managers. And let me put myself in someone who wants to hire a manager, a job you're applying for. You don't have a Canadian experience. You do not understand the Canadian culture. How would I hire you as a manager to help manage, my team at that level? Yeah. I would not really trust you. So for those in that bucket, I encourage them to continue to apply for whatever management jobs they see and they feel, they want to apply for. But I also try to bring that realism into it. I tell them, I'm not telling you to start at the bottom level, but maybe a senior role, a senior specialist role or something. Also, do not despise those roles. Apply for those ones, including the management roles. And you know what? More often than not, they end up getting those senior contributor roles,
Yeah.
and they study, and they're even happy. They're like, "Girl, Canada is different. The workplace is different.
Yeah, the
and
culture is
the
different.
culture is different.
Yeah.
And they're there for 6 months trying to navigate themselves. Like I said, I hire managers, but you know what? I see immigrants apply for some of my roles, and I appreciate them. But honestly, I know how difficult it is to manage people. I need you to understand the culture for you to even succeed in that role. And again, my coaching is to be very clear with them. I don't despise anybody's dream. But one thing I tell them is the good thing is you are in a society where whenever you feel you're ready to move up, the jobs are there, apply, search, apply. So after 6 months, if you feel,
You're
I
ready.
am ready,
Yeah.
but you'll be surprised that many people come and they tell me it's just so different. I just really still want to continue to work as a contributor, as a senior contributor, to even understand and settle before I begin to think of, the next step in growth.
Okay. At some point for you in your career journey, has there been a time you've been lost and you needed this advice you're giving now? Did you experience this personally for you to pivot into this as a business, coaching business? Yeah.
All right, I did. So when I started, I did not start my career in supply chain.
Okay.
Yes, I started in project management.
Okay.
And I actually used to work in oil and gas I used to work in project controls.
Was this in Nigeria or
No,
Canada?
okay, no, in Canada.
Okay.
In Canada,
Okay.
yeah. So I used to work in Fort McMurray for
Okay.
Albertans.
Okay.
And it was a fly out opportunity. But as we all know with oil and gas, you have all the seasons, the highs and the lows. So I was caught in one of those lows where everyone got laid off from that project.
Okay.
But even my personal life, a lot of things were happening as well. I was getting married. I got married. I got pregnant, I would say, almost immediately, so about 2 months into me getting married. And I was just one of those people that are so sick when they're pregnant, you know. Yeah, so
you
sick,
couldn't do the
work.
Fort McMurray.
It was even a struggle to get out of bed.
I see.
So for that period, I was not working. Then I had my son, and I thought after 6 months, I would begin to look for a job. Because remember, I had lost my job. And so this whole maternity leave pay did not apply to me. So I started looking, but all the jobs I was getting was to go back to the field. And I did not want to go back to the field.
Of course, because of your baby.
Then I started thinking, I remember then when I was in project controls, I worked closely with the procurement team. Then I thought about it. I was saying I really liked what they were doing. I thought it was fascinating. I thought they were doing good work.
Okay.
And so while I was looking for a job, I was thinking of pivoting. And then along the line, I got pregnant with my daughter, and I could not work
again.
But then what I did differently this time was, and I started getting myself into that space of, okay, Ibukun, you're going to pivot your career into, supply chain. So that's the big umbrella where, procurement is also one of the branches of supply chain management. And I began my work in taking the certification. So after I'd had my daughter, I believe when she was a little bit over 1, then I started looking for roles. Then, with supply chain, there are different branches. I knew that I just wanted to stay, under procurement.
Yeah.
And started looking for procurement roles. So this was a pivot for me. I'm very ambitious, but I also knew that I had to start from somewhere to understand even the scope of procurement.
The basics.
Textbook knowledge is different from applying it in reality.
Sure.
And my first job, it was for a non-for-profit.
Okay.
It was not the salary that I would have wanted to. I'm telling you, it wasn't. But I had to humble myself. I had to tell myself that you're changing, you're pivoting careers. Just take it for a start. I did that work for 6 months. then I got into the organization I'm in right now.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're not just coaching, it's you've actually lived
I have
through
lived
it.
through it. I have
So
lived
you
through it.
understand
Yeah.
what your clients are going through
Right.
because you've been on the high and you also been
Yeah.
on the low. That's
And it's very relatable. When I
being
tell
laid
my,
off, gave birth, you had to adjust your
yes,
lifestyle,
yes.
everything, then pivoted into a different career field.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's very relatable.
Yep.
When some people come, they need to start again. They
Yep.
tell me they said, Ibukun, but I used to be in management. I used to
Mm-hmm.
be a boss. I was an orga.
Done.
And then I tell them, I say, you know what? Once you start,
Yeah.
your journey is in your hands. You have control of your journey.
Okay.
So once you start, the fact that you're starting at the bottom level today doesn't mean you'll be there a
You
year from
remain
now.
there. Yeah.
It's just for you to understand this new field you found yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put in the work to even quickly grow? Because you also need to grow. No one will want to hire someone who is incompetent,
Yep.
right? And you can, excuse my French,
Mm-hmm.
BS yourself, to get an interview.
Yep.
But you would need to speak. You would need to sell yourself. You would need to answer questions. And some interviews have the technical part to it. And if you just don't know, you do not know.
Mm-hmm.
So starting from ground zero doesn't mean you'll be there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So, starting the Kindled Purpose Consulting, what has been the most challenging part of the journey?
So I would say initially before I started, I wasn't sure. I had this
Yeah.
dream in my heart. I wasn't sure if I would get clients because I thought everybody had their
Figured
I's,
out.
dotted and their
Yeah.
T's crossed, and everybody had everything figured out. So I started, and I'll tell you that getting clients is not challenging at all. I'm getting inquiries, I'm getting calls, I'm getting new clients as often. But I would say the most challenging piece for me right now is on the client side.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes clients, and I understand, you're working 3-4 jobs to survive. They need to create time for this.
Yeah.
And I always tell my clients, yes, I'm here to coach you, to help you along the way, but you need to put in the work because your success lies in your hands. Yeah. Right. So I would say that's the challenging piece, just trying to let clients understand and help them move their schedules around and also help them trust the process. Because some of them, 3-4 jobs, how do you have time?
Oh my God, people are doing 3-4 jobs?
People are.
Oh my
So
God.
how do you even
How are
have
they
time?
living?
Exactly. So I have to convince them that
Yeah.
say no to these two, at least cut down the number of jobs you're doing
If you need
because
to
you
move
need
ahead.
time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Can you walk me through your client's journey? I reached out to you via your website. What are the steps and how long does your coaching period last? Is it like there's a duration for it, or you kind of be there until I'm in the sweet spot? So how was the process like?
Yeah. So there's a duration, and again, it also depends on what you want.
One I want.
So
Yeah.
I have the end-to-end coaching.
Yep.
There's a duration for that, and the whole plan is that you will get to that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Throughout,
Whatever it is.
whatever
Yeah.
it is. And I'm here to coach you. I'm here to hold my clients' hands through their journey, help them feel very confident in pivoting.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell them I don't give jobs, I
Yeah.
don't create jobs. And I don't promise that you get a job.
Yeah.
But at least the goal is that from when you start my coaching program,
Mm-hmm.
by the time you're done, you are in a better place. You're more confident. And some of them have been blessed to have gotten a job even before the end of the program, the whole journey. And that's my goal. I'm always happy. But at least even those that complete it, we still touch base. Sometimes they get the interview and they say, Bukun, do you have, just 30 minutes just for me, just to, just help me get into that confidence space again, or to motivate me, right? Because especially when you've never interviewed in this country for a professional job, you're very nervous. So I'm available for all those, one-offs after.
Okay.
Right. I also have clients that they don't even have any issues getting an interview. They know what they want, but they've just never landed a role. So I have those ones where you just want for interview prep.
Yeah.
And so those are kind of just on the go basis. Yes.
This is just a sidebar. But I also experience it. Why is it that you be so confident and you know what your worth is, but once you enter the interview room, like you start trembling, getting, searching for the right words. What do you think causes this? It's not. Is it confidence? Is it?
I think it's that fear.
Fear of not getting it.
Fear of not getting it. Fear of messing up. So, like I said, some of these people have not even interviewed in years.
Yeah.
Some people, the job they were doing back in their home country was probably given to them. It was man, no man sort of thing.
Yeah, I know.
So they've never had to
fight for a
job. And so this is the first. And then they think they know everything in their head, but they go and they're just blabbing.
Yeah.
And there's an art to interviewing, right? So some don't even know. Yes, you know it, but you need to be very strategic even in how you relay your answers, how you give your answers to the questions.
Yeah.
And so it's that fear. And the fear could also be, I really want to live where I am. This is all that I've got.
This is all I've dreamed of.
Exactly. And then you're nervous. I'm just like, calm down. And some are just nervous, they just feel. And I say, see, the panel does not bite. Just go relax. And you can read through people's nervousness.
That's
right?
why I wanted to ask you. You sitting on the other end, can you feel it? Can you say it?
Yeah.
Can you also see that, okay, maybe this person knows this, but it's just the act of delivering the right answers. Yes. You see that as well.
I've had interviews where some people are just trembling. Like, calm down. I don't bite, Some people are trembling. And some are just like, dry throat. Okay, do you want some water? And there's some strategies that I teach my clients. Okay. Yes, sometimes you can be nervous. Even for me, I do lots of presentations to my boss's boss, all those things.
Yeah.
Right. And I know that sometimes even going in, I tend to be nervous. But then I tell myself, you're presenting this material, you know the material. At the end of the day, you want to get that yes. You need to come strong. So I have my coping mechanisms to calm my nerves so that when I'm delivering, no one even sees that girl. This girl is so nervous on the inside. And so I work with my clients to coach them on all those things. Because you don't want to get to an interview and freeze.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Because getting an interview is actually hard.
It is hard. Then you've gotten the interview.
To prove yourself now.
And just tell that story and they can follow you. Not talking too fast, right? Mm-hmm. Some people are just very used to just talking too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just staying within the scope of the questions. You don't need to start talking about what is not related, right? So, yeah.
That confuses them. Okay. What haven't I asked you that you want us to know about your business?
My client, and I think you've asked me, like I said, my business could even be a one-stop shop for one person. What do I mean, right? So say you come through the regular career coaching, and after, a few years, you get into leadership. I would coach you through that as well. I'm available for that. Mm-hmm. If you have young kids, from grade 8, and you feel, what, I just need someone to take this burden of putting the kids in the right direction. We do that in my business as well. So Kindled Purpose is that umbrella. It covers that one stop. It covers all those areas.
I'm interested in the grade 8. Is it like teaching them what different career paths is, or how to start deciding what they want to be in life?
So it's how to start deciding.
Okay.
I had mentioned earlier that there's so many new careers popping up every day.
Of course.
And even for kids, sometimes they just get overwhelmed. Yeah. They're confused. Some parents, I will tell you, don't even understand the system. Okay. Some parents don't understand how to navigate the Canadian system. I've met parents that have said, and they'll make it easy. My child wants to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And I ask them, so what research have they done? And they're like, research. Aren't they just meant to go to school, finish up, and write the exam, the MCAT, and apply? And I tell them, I say, see, the landscape is becoming more competitive by the day. And the number of medical schools are not growing as fast
as the number of people who wants to be medical doctors.
And that's just an example, even for undergraduate degrees, right? Mm-hmm. So I tell them, and you have many smart people. So you need different things to help them stand out in the application. There's research opportunities right now for even high school students.
Oh,
So
okay.
imagine.
It
So
starts
imagine
from
if
high
you're
school to
exactly. Imagine if you're thinking, "Oh, we'll start when we are in, I don't know, year 3."
yeah.
It is so late. Imagine someone who started research from high school, grade 11, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12 during summer into university, and they continue to do a research. You can't stand next to them. Like your application would just not be at par.
Yeah.
And so that's where and it's good to catch them and start them early. Also, parts of it, I know right now some of my clients, because again, we just rolled out the Pathfinders stream for youth. Some of them have kids in university, some have kids in grade 11 going to grade 12, right? So right now our focus is getting them, admission, scholarship grants.
Yeah.
So we look into everything, we work with the kids. But the benefits of a kid starting early, grade
Yeah.
8, is at least, my team and I, we already understand this career path for this child. We begin to look for opportunities. It could be different, research,
Yeah.
things for summer. So they are just not, playing their summer away.
Yeah.
And also helping them structure them for their future application. So they are an all-rounder, putting an all-rounder application.
Yeah.
Sometimes we advise parents to, okay, what extracurriculars are your kids doing right now?
Yeah.
You need to throw something in right now. This summer, instead of, it's good to do family vacation,
Yeah.
but now you're talking about your child's future, and we need to make sure they are a strong candidate. So maybe instead of taking that family vacation somewhere, should they be in a research program?
Yeah.
Right. So things like that. So we work with the parents, with the kids, parents and kids in the Pathfinder stream.
Information is power,
Yeah.
I never knew they can start all this from
Yes, they
high
can.
school.
They can. And parents
then-
have that aha moment, right?
Yeah.
And one more thing, how teenagers, I guess, listen to other people than their parents.
Their parents, exactly.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll talk to your kids, And the good thing is I also have a network of professionals who, once in a while, I'll talk to this person. They want to be what you are right now, and just give them that
more like mentorship.
Exactly, mentorship, or even just for them to even understand what this career path entails. Because sometimes when you hear from another person, it really it makes a bigger impact, right?
Yeah.
In your life.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the last founder that came, I think you've said it, you've answered it. How did you identify the opportunity that led to your business? So you've answered it. So I would like you to nominate a founder you think I should feature next on the show. Is there a founder you think is doing something great that I should feature on the show?
Yes, actually. So one of my girlfriends she founded this non-for-profit to just empower women to get into leadership.
Okay.
Right.
What's the name of the business? You don't know. Okay. You will send it to me and we'll put it on the screen. So we invite the person. Can you invite her? You know your friend's name? Invite her to the show so I can tag her when you send the name. Yep.
Yeah, I would.
Invite her.
Oh, okay. Hi, Busola. So I'm inviting you to this show to just come talk about what you do and your plans for women in leadership.
All right, great. So there is this brand. It's called Thrive City Studio.
Okay.
It's a popular brand in Edmonton. They help business owners and founders to do merch for their business. So you can wear your brand, be it water bottle, face cap, t-shirts, anything, even lip gloss. So, putting your brand out there helps people to kind of recognize it and be familiar with it and know what you do. So we partnered with them. They are called Thrive City Studio. They are running a promo for founders. So we partnered to put something together for founders just like you. So please make sure to reach out to them and tell them you're from FoundersOutlook.
Thank you. I would.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ibukun, for coming to FoundersOutlook. And we look forward to many, many, many things you'll be achieving in your